men, women and children on healthcare waiting lists is truly shocking. Now, I don't use that word lightly and I don't use it often, but shocking is an appropriate word to describe the fact that nearly 18% of our entire population find themselves on healthcare waiting lists, and I want to thank Sinn Féin for bringing forward this motion. Minister, while the national figures are stark, the figures in the North West at Sligo University Hospital and Letterkenny, which has already been mentioned, are dreadful. They're among the worst in the country. Looking at Trolley Watch figures for today, the total number without beds in Sligo University Hospital is 18, and in Letterkenny it's 42. Now, to put those figures in perspective, out of 32 hospitals nationally, Letterkenny is third worst and Sligo is seventh worst. But just in case those figures were an aberration, I looked at the figures for the months of August and May of this year, and I didn't choose those, I just took them out of the figures just to get a more complete picture. And in August, Sligo had the fourth highest numbers waiting for a bed within the hospital, and in May it was the third highest nationally. Now, those figures are totally unacceptable because every single one represents a father, a daughter, a grandmother, a cousin, an aunt or a husband waiting for a diagnosis or treatment. In some cases, it's life-threatening, in many it's life-limiting, and always it impacts negatively on a person's health and quality of life. Now, I read your counter-motion, and it lists a number of contributing factors to those waiting lists. For example, COVID. Yes, we all recognise its impact, but it has simply made a very bad situation much worse. Again, I looked at figures on Trolley Watch from 2006 to 2021 for Sligo, and again I took the month of August. For the first 4 years, from 06 to 09, it ranged from 13 lowest to 70 highest. But for the last 4 years, from 2018 to 2021, it ranged from 225 to 484. In other words, 7 times worse. That's not down to COVID or cyber attacks, it's down to health policy for the last 20 years. You also state, Minister, that you continue to implement Sláinte Care, yet the 2 recent high-profile resignations from Sláinte Care Board are at least partly due to the non-implementation of a regional strategy. The figures in Sligo and Letterkenny show how urgent this regional strategy is, and I have real concern that we will be left behind again.